Hey team, it's Christine here, certified high-level admin and host of GHL, but make it Kiwi. If you guys have ever tried to send SMS from high level in New Zealand and hit a brick wall, you wouldn't be the first, so don't worry about it. Um, we don't get native SMS over here in New Zealand. Everything's always a little bit different for us down here. Um, and it means that global advice is really, really useless for us. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to dig into what actually works to give you guys some answers on this, because there is a way to make SMS work inside GHL. And what's even cooler is that there is actually pretty awesome. So to do that, we use a tool called myCRMSIM. Now, I'm here with Gary today, who I'd love to introduce you to. We're going to be talking about how we navigate SMS in New Zealand and how his tool fixes it, and also about what his new iMessaging system means for us. So let's jump in. Gary, let's start with the obvious. SMS in New Zealand, bit of a nightmare for us Kiwis, isn't it?
Has been for you guys. So thank you for having me on anyway, first of all. And I still remember your first post in our group after you got set up with myCRMSIM. And it was something along the lines of, I'll paraphrase it a little bit, but after 2 years, I finally sent my first text message with high level. Woohoo! Something like that, which is pretty
Look,
cool. I like
you
that.
might laugh, but it was actually quite a big moment for me. I've been on
Yeah,
the
it was
system
awesome.
for so long, using it, and then I finally got my special day when I sent my SMS. It was wonderful.
It's so good. And now I've even had SMSs from you. Like I got text reminders for this meeting and text reminders when we booked the call. Like so good.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, we don't get no-shows around here anymore, so it's
Yeah,
awesome.
awesome.
We love it. So, why don't we have text in New Zealand, Gary? Get to the core for me.
Uh, look, so I think, and I can't speak for them really, but so with high level, which we talk about, right? So we're an integration for high level for SMS specifically. That's all that we do. We're very focused on high level and the high level community and serving them the best way that we can. And high level in their way, I guess, of supplying SMS messaging went down a path with Twilio and they picked them as their provider, and that was it. And then they now have their own white label version of that called Lead Connector, which same thing, just makes it a little bit easier to set up. But in doing so, they obviously went down a route of, okay, who's the biggest provider that we can get on board? And I do kind of know a little bit of the backstory of this because at the time they were trying to get integration and a custom provider, but high level were kind of small back then, and they wanted someone who could meet all the requirements that they wanted to see. And Twilio were the one that came on board and said, yeah, we'll go with that. But I guess, and I can't say this exactly, but New Zealand is a pretty small market at the end of the day. So they don't worry about serving the small market. They're going to look where's the money, where's the population, which is in the US predominantly. So they service the US, provide numbers there. They obviously do provide numbers in other countries like Australia, where I am, and UK, and plenty of other countries as well. But outside of the US, it's either very expensive or you can't get numbers. And unfortunately, you guys over the pond from us or over the water from us fall into the can't get numbers category. And they don't seem too worried about doing anything about that. But again, I mean, it's only my guesstimates, but it's not a big enough market for them to be too concerned about, I would think.
Yeah, look, I think that's exactly right. It'd be great if they changed their stance on it. But in the couple of years I've been around, I've not, well, more than that, years I've been around on a high level scene, it's not certainly not been top of the ideas board to get on top of that. But thankfully, we've had people like myCRMSIM step into the market and provide a solution for us, for which I personally am so grateful. So thank you, Gary.
You're very welcome. Glad that we
And
could help.
yeah, thanks. And just like my journey when I started on a high level, I just spent time pulling my hair out, going, why isn't this working? Everybody else in the group of several thousand people, not 100,000 like we are today, but still thousands of people texting away like crazy. talk about being a bit jealous and having a lot of FOMO over here in New Zealand. So that was my journey. It's also really confusing when you come in as well because until you know a bit more, you just think you're going a bit mad, really, which is a
Yeah.
bit crazy.
I guess when you started, well, you said there's a few thousand people. That was back in the Wild West days of SMS as well, when people in the States could just get a number, rack it up, be up and running within a few minutes, start blasting text messaging. There's a lot of spamming going on and stuff like that. So it brought in a lot of regulations as well around that, which is a good thing. We certainly don't mind that at all. We want to see people use text messaging responsibly. What is it Spider-Man says? With great power comes great responsibility. So we're not about spamming and stuff like that. People should use these for the right reasons, and conversational SMS being one of them, and communicating with their clients at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know that people in America are having a lot of problems at the moment too. Hasn't been easy, that kind of transition to A2P and all those sorts of things. So yeah, I mean, but that's probably another thing. Let's get back to what we've got going on here in New Zealand. Can you tell me how my CRM Sim actually works for us once we plug it in?
Yeah, so it's pretty simple. Is effectively we just made it as easy as possible to connect a regular phone, so either an Android phone or now we've got iMessage, so iPhones as well. Connect that to your high level account, and then this really just works as an SMS modem. That's the easiest way to describe it. So you will send a message from your high level account, it will go to your phone, and then your phone will then transmit it on from there, and then any messages that come back in will come back in, they'll land in your phone, and then they'll get pushed into your high level account. And all that works through our SMS app and SMS gateways, basically. We've just tried to make that as easy and as seamless as possible for people to connect up.
Awesome. So right before we met today, I was sitting here and doing, lots of work on my to-do list at my computer in my study, not with a boardroom behind me, but in actual fact with like a lot of laundry that needs to be folded behind me. And my Android phone for my Serum Sim was sitting over in my bedroom, actually, next to the bed. And the automation went off, just saying, Gary, remember, we've got a meeting. So that from my CRM would have pinged to my mobile in the bedroom. Is that right? And
Correct, yeah.
then
So, yep, carry
over
on.
to you.
Yeah, exactly. So you would have a workflow somewhere in the back end. So with a trigger hour before a meeting, or probably when appointment's set, and then it'll go through, I guess, with a day before and an hour before wait steps, I guess. So yeah, we'll just go through that, and that all syncs in natively with all the functions and features in high level. So it's really just, well, I say swapping. It's not swapping for you guys because you don't have Twilio anyway, but really just plugging us in as the conversation provider, and then that gives you your opportunity to run SMS in a normal fashion as anyone else would be used to doing. I mean, because we get this question from other countries and stuff. They say, "Oh, what's the difference?" It's like you guys don't know any different, but yeah, it's just seamless, integrates in with high level, runs through the native conversation provider, runs through workflows, appointment reminders, all those kind of things. And yeah, literally whatever you trigger out of high level, it will pop over to your phone. Your phone will send out the text message. The person on the other end will get that message, and then if they reply, it will come back to your phone and back into high level, and you see it all in that conversation thread.
Awesome. That's so good. Yeah, I mean, we're really happy with it, so thank you. What I did want to get your feedback on is because it's been well over a year since we installed it in our agency,
Mhm.
and it was so kind of easy and quick to do. I can't even really remember properly how we set up the agency. So did you want to tell everybody how you sort of do the install?
Yeah, so it's as simple as you get an account with us. We have our own dashboard and application. So you get an account, you log into your account, and really, it does depend a little bit because we do SMS, WhatsApp, and now iMessage. We're the only provider that does all three. So pretty much for all of them, they're all similar but slightly different. You just connect our dashboard or our application to your high level account, and it'll automatically sync to all your high level sub accounts. And then most of them are through a QR code. You'll download an app, scan a QR code that will connect the device through our dashboard. And then you just pick the sub account and say, okay, I want to connect that device to that sub account. And that's pretty much it. And then there's one step to do in your high-level account where you go into the advanced phone settings and you pick what's called a custom conversation provider. So we're a approved marketplace app for high level. We are actually the fifth most downloaded app in the entire high level marketplace, which I'm still amazed at that we got to there, like in a good way. I still can't believe it though. So I can confidently say that we are the number one alternative to Twilio and Lead Connector globally, basically, because the other ones that are above us are completely different apps. Um, but yeah, that just you connect to our custom provider, which is part of the high level marketplace app. So we have to be approved and authorized for that to go through there. And then that's it. That's the integration. So can be done in certainly under 5 minutes to get connected and set up. If you know what you're doing, you've done it a few times, you can do it in a couple of minutes. We had we had friendly rivalry and competitions when we first started out because our goal was to make this as simple as possible without having to mess around with webhooks and API keys and all that kind of stuff. We wanted to make it nice and easy to like just download an app, scan a QR code, connect, done. So we had friendly competition with a few of our users at the start who were racing each other to see who could get set up the fastest when they were coming on board. And I think the quickest anyone ever got was under 5 minutes from woe to go, from like literally turning on a phone, putting in the SIM card, and then sending their first message through high level. They just didn't even bother reading the instructions, just like, I'm going to figure this out this way.
Yeah, I remember that actually. I remember those pro users, and I think I was connecting that week or something, and I chimed in with my, oh, it took me like 8 minutes. So I wasn't up there in the top three,
That's
but yeah,
like,
it is really fast just getting clients connected. As I said, I don't remember because it was so minor and so long ago actually connecting the agency, but we've certainly, added people in, and yeah, it's like hardly any time at all. I just put 10 minutes aside, and it's easy breezy. So thank you for that.
that's right. But yeah, that's the goal because again, obviously, you guys in New Zealand, you wouldn't know, but the setup process through Twilio or Lead Connector to get SMS done, there's always some kind of reg bundle and stuff like that, and there's delays and waits, and you have to get them approved. So you can't get set up with numbers outside well, sorry, outside of New Zealand anyway, but using Twilio, if you have to go through the reg bundles or A2P processes, takes you at least 24 hours if you get approved first time anyway.
That's
Whereas,
pretty fast, 24 hours.
yeah, that's why I say at least. But
Yeah, that's it.
yeah,
I usually allow like 3 days. So yeah, it's different story on my myCRMSIM, which is nice. We like that.
yeah, it's much better for that speed to client, and you can deliver on your promise as well. So it's
That's
really
it.
nice for clients to be able to, or agencies, to be able to say to their clients or their new clients, look, we're going to get you set up and we'll have you up and running with whatever they're doing, Google reviews or Facebook ads or whatever it is that's requiring some form of SMS. They can guarantee that they're going to have it running up in the time frame that they say, because you can't do that with Twilio or Lead Connector. You can't 100% guarantee it because you just don't quite know.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, so true. No, it is a lot more seamless.
Hmm.
So now that SMS is sorted for us, it's really exciting, the new feature that you've got with the iMessage. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what that looks like?
Yeah, so we only released, so we've been doing SMS. We launched a little bit over 12 months ago now, 12, 14 months, something like that. Then we brought in WhatsApp a few months later, and then we've slowly been figuring out iMessage, and we released that about 3 weeks ago. We had beta testers running on that for 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks or something before that, and then we've slowly rolled that out over the last 3 weeks because having beta testers is amazing, but obviously until you actually release something out and you get hundreds of users on there, you don't quite know what's going to happen with all the different OS systems and all that kind of stuff. But it's actually gone incredibly well, much, much better than I had hoped or even anticipated because we've had very few issues, which, you kind of,
Just as you like it.
yeah, just as you like it. I'm very blessed, honestly, like our team and our CTO, Shafkat, is amazing. But yeah, it went very, very well. So we're definitely rolling that out now, much further and much faster. But the iMessage is really a big call from there was two reasons. People were asking us for it because they said, "Oh well, I don't have an Android phone, and our system for SMS only worked through Android before." WhatsApp will work with either Android or iPhone, so that one doesn't matter. But iMessage was something that people wanted, and they said, "Oh well, like I've got an iPhone, I don't have an Android. I want to use, what I've got already," which is fair enough. And then also, again, not specifically relevant to you guys in New Zealand, but the American market were kind of crying out for it because they have a big, I'm going to say FOMO belief, whatever, that they love blue bubbles. They think that green bubbles are not as effective for their marketing. So there's a couple of providers that are doing iMessage, like cloud providers, and they charge like $1,000 setup and then $1,000 a month for a number. And our goal, a lot of what we do, we've sort of shifted the company and stuff that we do. But like my goal as well as part of being an agency owner myself and going through that, it's we've got to provide tools and training and products and services that support agency owners. And providing a tool that costs you $1,000 a month as an agency owner for one number isn't very helpful. Like it's very expensive. You can't, well, I say you can't, like there is a market for it, obviously, because they're doing it, but it's not really sustainable to take that to your clients. Say, yeah, if you want to do blue bubbles, it would be $1,000 a month because it's just very, very expensive. So our
Thousand
goal,
US dollars is a lot of Kiwi, let me tell you. That must be
exactly,
like 1600 or something like that.
yeah.
That's
So
a lot, right?
yeah, it is a lot. So part of our goal was to make sure like we can make this work for agencies and be sustainable and have something that they can make a margin on as well. So for us, we've made it so you BYO devices like we've done with our SMS where you bring the phone. So you BYO your devices for that, which costs you a few $100s to get the hardware to get set up, or you might already have it anyway. If people have got, you do need a MacBook for this and an iPhone. But if you've got both those devices already, and it's just $29 a month then for iMessage instead of $1,000 a month, which is something that's way more palatable.
Definitely. Absolutely. It's a totally different story, let's face it, eh?
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, it's really exciting. I know specifically that we've had people in our Kiwi group on your beta testing, and also we had Kieran chime in the other day in the group. Obviously, you don't know as you weren't in there, saying, "Oh, look, as I've done the research, so I can find it for $700 for iMessage. Does anyone know of anyone?" And I said, "Kieran, why did you not come and speak to me? We have myCRMSIM that are running that for $29." So he's now plugged in to your service now and really enjoying it. He sent me an iMessage to my iPhone.
Oh, awesome.
And yeah, just to do some testing with it, went through beautifully, of course. And it did feel really different. I think there's something to it. It did feel really different to be talking on iMessage than to be talking on Messenger or SMS or these other channels. Yeah, I noted it was really different. So thank you for hooking us up into that. It was really good.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome to hear. I'm really interested to see how it goes because there's there's been a lot of talk around iMessage and why iMessage is more valuable and how it's a better open rates, it's a better conversation, is it this, that, and the other. Um, we we send well over 1 million text messages a month now, like well over. So it's going to be really interesting for us to see how iMessage performs against standard text messaging. So give us a few months and
Yeah,
a bit of data, so we'll
that
have
would be
some.
some awesome data to look at. Hey, got to share it
Yeah,
with us.
well, we'll have real numbers around that, and we're the only people that are going to have that data as it stands. So I'm really curious to see how that comes out, and it's going to be interesting for us to do and find out as well, because we've got to sort a little bit of the wheat from the chaff on people that are sending out not so great messages and stuff like that anyway, which happens through people not following good protocols and the training that we provide. We have tons of training, which I know you've seen, like our knowledge base and custom GPTs to write your text messages for you and stuff like that. But even with that, on SMS at the moment, we get over the whole platform, just to give guys or people an idea about how powerful SMS is, over our whole platform, it's around about a 20% reply rate, roughly, give or take. Now, if you consider out of that, that
Reminders.
reminders. There's messages that are just not even designed to get a reply to anyway.
You did not respond to my reminder for the meeting today, unsurprisingly. So that would go into that.
Yep. I think I did send you a DM though or something because we had a message before. Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
um, yeah, so you've
But
got
yeah, a fair
reminders.
amount that won't be responded to, like
Yeah, they
those
won't get
reminders.
responded to, or there are messages that people send out. And again, this is one of my bugbears. If any of your people are either using us or got clients overseas, they're doing SMS, whatever they're doing, please, 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 please take a look at the training and the guides that we provide to send conversational SMS and look at our GPT if you don't mind throwing that in the show notes or somewhere with this so that people can write their conversational SMS messages because it is a real shame that I see people who just send bad text messages out. So they're just not good. They're sending out database reactivations or something. It's just something along the lines of, hey, it's XYZ business here. We're having a deal on XYZ product this week as one of our valued customers. We'd like you to get 50% off. Here's the link to go and get it. Go get it now. Something like that. And
Yeah.
I see people do that all the time. It's like, oh, please don't do that. Like, send conversational messages. Like, conversational marketing is so easy to do now. And you've got AI chatbots to pick up the back end. You don't have to worry about replying to them. You have AI chatbots to pick it up, but you want to have conversations with your clients. And that's something I've really tried hard to do with myCRMSIM. So we're a tech provider. That's what we do. We provide a technical platform. But I really view that we're very much an education provider and training. So we run, when you see it, you're in our group, like we run tips, training, education, workshops, open office hours, everything that we can do to help our clients to get better results with their text messaging. Now, there's a byproduct of that where that is good for us as a company, because obviously the more successful our clients are, the more they use us, et cetera, which is great.
Of course.
But
Yeah.
we really, really want them to be successful. And we provide all this stuff anyway for people. It's all open. We don't hide any of our things, our training, our GPTs, our snapshots. We just provide all of that stuff to people. So using us or not, I would like to see people doing better with their text messaging. If we can help them with that and they follow some of our guides, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I got to say, I've really enjoyed a lot of your training sessions that you've done. You've had a lot of Kiwis in the room there
Hmm.
joining at different times. So thank you so much for all that you do for us. It's actually been really good. We'll drop that GPT in the notes so people can use it to get their conversational SMS going for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be awesome. And sorry, where I was segueing away from that is like, yeah, if you consider that and then people that don't send great messages that are not designed for like that, hey, we've got this deal on XYZ, here's the link type message, they're never getting replied to anyway. People might not even
Mm.
click on the link or whatever. They have problems with delivery when they do that kind of thing as well. So, 20% reply rate across our whole board, I think is incredible. Like, it's absolutely amazing. So we'll see what that works out like with iMessage in a few months' time, and we'll have some kind of comparisons and benchmarks. But really, having good messages, a good text message that goes out with conversation is the first step. Making sure you've got a good list, customer list that you're sending out to. Make sure that you warm those people up, or they know who you are. Not sending out these very short, sharp kind of text messages. Be conversational. Introduce yourself. Ask people a question. Get them to reply. Have a chatbot take it over. Work them through a little process because everybody's got this in their pocket. They've all got it. They're not ignoring that. They're going to see it. Whether they reply or not, that's kind of a lot of that is in your hands on how you actually work the system. But they're going to see it.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm so glad that we've got it hooked up in our agency. So thank you so much. It's really good. Yeah, I absolutely recommend my myCRMSIM because it just works and it works really well for us here in NZ, especially because we can't have any option natively through GHL. So the day I plugged in and sent my first SMS was a good one. Thank you so much.
That's so cool.
And if anyone watching is already using myCRMSIM, let us know how it's going. Particularly, I'd love to hear from you if you're already using the iMessage service and how it's gone so far for you. Um, yeah, just can't wait to hear from you, and we'll make sure that we drop that GPT for conversational texting in the comments and below.
Awesome.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Christine.